After defeat in Cincinnati, Jacob Green drops to the bench, Samake and Durkin into the fray. But Kalen, the big news here today, no Christian Benteke due to injury.
Yeah, big figure missing. So much of the play has gone through Benteke. Picked up a knock midweek in training, so that leaves Taxi Funtas up top now.
Nashville unchanged, transition, a big thing for them today.
Yeah, and so much of that will center on the number 10, Hani Mukhtar, coming in red hot form off a hat trick against Chicago Fire.
A team and a city coated in history, and so away we go again. In America's capital, two opportune invent. Here's Mateusz Klich. Was there an opening for DC? Durkin! Oh! A whisker away from a spectacular goal.
Space here and says, why not have a shot from the distance? I mean, a fantastic strike, excellent technique. You can see it just tailing out, just unable to tuck that one just underneath the bar, but an absolute rock.
O'Brien tripped in the process. The first yellow card of the evening, brandished in the way of Alex Moyle.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of that. It's been
here in the present. The second half underway from Audi Field as DC United take on Nashville SC. Callum Williams alongside two-time MLS Cup finalist Kalen Carr, your commentary team. And the ball slips in.
They haven't had a plan B, need to be better with the ball and try and find some options that aren't so vertical, moving side to side, particularly through Dax McCarty.
Now then, Wheel taken down. And this could be potentially problematic for DC United. Donovan Pines will be the first DC player.
The ball a little bit forward and try and find his way to find a little bit of a 1-2 to get himself in the box.
This time DC do earn a decision, and a yellow card given to Hani Mukhtar. Cleverly slipped through. Nashville equal to it. Pines! And wide.
Turn Schaffelberg around to Huan, using that pace in behind. It's timed well. And Schaffelberg unable to clear it, and it falls to Pines, just unlucky here. Coming back, the center back on his off foot here, does a good job to wrap around it. Just unable to tuck that one.
Mateusz Klich. Eager to create something for DC. Klich's ball in. Heads go up. As does the ball from the head of Williams.
It's good service from Klich though.
Pass on Apple TV. Pico's ball in. Mukhtar! And palmed to one side by Miller. Shaq Moore, high hanging ball in, and eventually cleared away and in. Now then, the most fortuitous deflection gives Nashville SC the lead. No doubt DC United will protest and ask for a review. As it stands though, via a deflection, Nashville lead in DC.
And the ball comes back across here. The first one, excellent save here, but the ball's still in play. And Shaq Moore is the one. You can see Miller screaming at his defenders to get out there, but you have to say he's got to do better with that first one. And then Pines just looks very uncomfortable there, just awkward with the clearance. Takes the first one down, and the second one, miscommunication. Miller, no chance, but has to be better from a DC United perspective. But we'll be happy to get on the score sheet there. Miller does so well on the first chance to come across the frame and parry the ball wide, but it seemed after that they just seemed to relax. It seemed that DC just...
A hat-trick of adjustments for DC United with 10 minutes remaining. Durkin being replaced by Coup Di Pietro. Seamless against Cincinnati. And for his home debut now, this is Fletcher for DC United. Still Fletcher, ball towards goal! Cue delirium at Audi Field. Theo Coup Di Pietro off the bench and into the headlines again.
Impact, and this is the pass that opens it all up from Klich, who finds in behind in space to Fletcher, who just finds that ball straight across to Cudi Pietro. The homegrown 21-year-old just coasting in, just finding that space in the box and just passing it in the back of the net. Fletcher just so well there, just to take a little bit of a look behind him to find Cudi Pietro coming in that space. And if you give Cudi Pietro any space in the box, we've seen it on match day 1 against Toronto, home late at Audi Field, playing the hero. But here he finds it again. You can see the homegrowns in that box, just understanding where to move. And here he finds it again, just such an important goal here, and you can feel the energy change in the building.
At the other end, Bunbury down under the challenge, and a free kick for Nashville FC. Williams shown the yellow card. A sharing of the spoils in a deeply competitive game between two fervent Englishmen in charge of both DC United and Nashville SC. Late goals from Alex Moyle and the late introduced Theodore Cudi Pietro.